Hello, me friendos, and in today's video, I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about the two oppositions, Aries and Libra, or yourself. Also about yourself and about the social thing and how you have those two oppositions where you have you and you have the world, and the relationship between them builds the whole goddamn world too. Yeah. So basically, first of all, let's I'll just go starting with you and shit like that because I wanted to make this video about you, and then I was like, why shouldn't I take this and this and this and that and so. So yeah. So the thing about you, um, you it's like a part, it's like not a screw, but it's like a very important part in this world, and it's like you came with these energies, and those energies are sometimes needed in this world. So you have to find yourself. Like the more you find yourself, and the more you do like your use purpose, like you act out your energies, the more kind of right you are, because and the more things you will get, because like you will being more and more like going based off your you of your guess. um, like the further you'll go, the more developed you will get into that area of like art, I don't know, of you, of your life and shit like that. Like the more, I would say, maybe benefits you will get due to the fact that you are becoming more and more a part of the world which is needed, because it's like you, so it's like you are this particular part which is also a part of the world, like this little puzzle which makes the whole puzzle like complete type shit like that. But if this like piece of puzzle would not be that part which is carved out and empty for it to be like filled with, and you would be like, let's say puzzles would let's say puzzles would be able like to speak and shit, and they would be like, nah, I don't want to go in that place if that's meant for me, type shit like that. Let me go, even though I'm not fitting in that place, let me go there because my friend is there, type shit like that. And he's fitting there because it's like low-key his energies and shit like that, but it's not your energies, and it's hard for you to be in those energies. Therefore it's like, yeah, you can do that. It doesn't mean that you only have to do yourself. Thing is, like, if you'll do you yourself, you will, I would say, how I see it and maybe how I have experienced, maybe to some degree. First of all, you get a lot of benefits, not only from the world, but from your own world. So, for example, some parts you'll not care about due to the fact that it's like you being you, and it's like you're not trying to not follow, but you're not trying to copy somebody. So, like, for example, if that guy would be better, or like compete with somebody, if that guy would be better in something than you, like this specific thingy, then you would maybe be jealous and stuff like that. You may worry about different things, like for example, why he can score a goal way better than I can do, even though like we are the same age, and you will think that something is wrong with you and stuff like that you are not fitting into that thingy, and shit like that. And like you see your Loki coming back to your you, figuring out your you, but it's like there's like a biggest filter that prevents from that. So you would say, oh, I think I'm wrong, but then a person may think, continue with the train of thought line, a train of thought which will be like, oh yeah, I guess I'm wrong, and then he gets depressive and shit like that. Because he's just not fitting in. But if he would do him, but in this case he was not doing his you. Only with time it came back to him being like, okay, I think it's me, it's not the thing that I participate with, it's actually me. And then he will go like, yeah, but I said, oh, he will go like depressive, but then maybe in the end he'll figure out, oh yeah, it's that thing was not me. So let me do more me than me not doing me, type shit like that. So basically, yeah, and the more, so that's the first thingy. The second thing, you don't have to compete with nobody because you're already doing yourself, and it's like you don't give a shit. For example, yeah, like I want to drink tea, and tea is like hella popular now to drink, let's say, and everybody are like, oh, he's doing that for a trend. But at this point you don't give a shit because you're just you love to drink tea, and you like, okay, you're just doing you at this point. Like you don't give a shit about what's happening, who says who like thinks about you in such a way and shit like that. So this is like your you aspect. This is the aspect which is low-key Aries too, you know. For example, Aries is this like passion, Mars, energy going out, but more like external. So it's like, oh, you know, like there. I mean, like if you're low-key into astrology or like so astrological like memes and shit like that, or no, like gossips, then you may also see that Aries are portrayed like, you know, that aggressive people and stuff like that, you know. But that's like low-key that fire which makes you you. You know, that little selfishness, that little I don't give about anybody else. That's Mars, that passion. I want to actually stand up and like kick that motherfucker in his face or something, or actually stand up and do that action, or like, you know, just like this spark and nothing can stop because this fire burns everything that blocks it, Loki. You know. So that's Loki also being your you, because you know, you have all these different things, all this like life surrounding you, surrounding you, and it's like you to some degree have to fight fire with fire for you to get to that Aries, aka you and shit like that, you know. You're you, because you may think some parts of you are you, but it's like that shit is low-key like you just getting it just the fact that you were developing yourself in some type of area, you know. That also could be the case. But yeah, that's like your you and shit like that. And the opposing side would be the world, as I said before. You know, that you have a whole world against your you, not against your you, but which is like you being you. But there is also the world, and this like little correlation. And here you can also say Aries, or not Aries, but like Libra, because Libra to some degree is. It came out from the seventh house, the house of relationship, you know, and slowly how you can see, you can also see the balance scale, you know, the scales of justice, or like this, the scales of balance, like Libra, its own picture is the scale, or like symbol, and then that just means balance. That means like you have all these different personalities, like individuals, different views, and like if everybody will just be like way too selfish and not being balanced, then the whole world cannot be even to some degree developed, because to some degree teamwork makes the dream work, you know. So you have to all participate together for you to make something, but everybody has to be their you, and the more everybody are their you, the more kind of maybe better it will get, because at that point people who are being them you, it will be for them easier to find the people who they want to be associated or related to or even hang out with. They will figure out what they want to do and how they'll be needed in the world, you know, due to the fact that they see what they have here and they see what is there, and they make decisions, you know. They make logic out of that. Okay, I should do this, I should that. And it's like a cardinal the energy of like characteristics, it looks like logic, right? That you see everything and you just balance it out, and you're like, okay, let me say this, to some degree like cardinal air, right? And Libra is cardinal air too. But yeah, that you'll find people that you are more close to, way easier. You will find the thing that you want to do way easier. How you'll be able to participate with your thinking in the world way easier. Your interests, your likes, your maybe partner and shit like that. Your business teammates, your make work teamwork makes the dream work. Crew and shit like that. You know, unity, and you'll just go with that shit. It'll be way easier, you know, as when everybody will be there you, because like to some degree you are doing you, and it's like you just focusing on your you will always find something that where you'll be needed at, because you as I see as I mean, like I kind of see that this you is needed. It's like as I said before, a puzzle, right? So the puzzle will not be complete with that little piece, even though that little piece alone doesn't do shit, you know. But like that little piece coming together, so you have the whole thing already together, and it's like one piece is left, and that one little piece is you. So your you is always needed in this world and shit like that, you know. But yeah, so yeah, so that would be the world, and you're you. So you But also within your, as I said, within your you also have to see balance. Like for example, yeah, I want this so much, but for example, it's low key toxic in this society or something like that. You know, I cannot just go out when I'm aggressive and just punch everybody because that's me being me, type shit like that. You know, if you want to do that, then like maybe go MMA or something. You know, like find balance with the association. Like you always have to have your side of the scale, and you have the world, and it's like this like overall yin yang and blah 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 in the middle kind of balance thing where you are balancing out what you see and what you are inside with, so for it to be more kind of balanced when it goes out or when you are receiving it and shit like that, you know, and not being all about like, yeah, I'm aggressive, then I have to punch people. That's my kind of more morality ideology. Then you go out and you actually punch people, but then people they don't like that somebody punches them, you know, and shit like that, and like they also gonna pull up and do something to that guy or something. You know, so you already have some type of stress because to individuals like Aries, like the Raven, not Raven, oh god, Ram, the Ram, you know, they're aggressive and they just like go against each other and shit like that. At that point, then you have maybe war and Mars and not Mars. You have Mars everywhere. You have Mars, red energy, sword energy, Mars. Yeah, I didn't say the other one. I said Mar. But yeah, and you always like you're being you. But I mean, like, to be honest, when you're you, it's like the best shit because my okay, one sec. It's the best shit because I mean, like, you don't give a shit about nothing at all. You just like doing you. You're like, yeah, like fuck, fuck everybody else. To be honest, you know. Sometimes you may feel guilty and shit like that, you know, depending on your association, depending on the people who are around you. I hope you can still hear me because I'm still blue. I hope you can hear me because my laptop may be thinking right now, you know, and having all this like sounds of air. We were talking about air, and maybe you'll hear some air from my laptop. But yeah, that's you being your you, and you always have to find the balance. So as I said, yeah, you will not give a shit if you are being your you will probably not will give. You will not give a shit about the world to some degree because like you are being your you. But even you see, as I said before, you have to find balance. You cannot just like. You can be a hermit, but even at that point, to some degree, you need the world, and you need maybe people, you need food, and you need this and that and that, and that's part of the world, you know. So you do have to sub way relate. And that's lucky also like the energy that you can find maybe in schools, you know, learning, teaching and shit like that. Information too, of course, yeah, philosophy and shit like that, Sagittarius. But also to some degree, I feel like Libra school is thinking like in a more social way, you know. So you have different kind of kiddos from different families coming together on the same level, you know, and now you have different individualities just coming together and getting from that one point, that first house, to from that Aries thingy, from that me being myself, to now going to his opposition, being a part of being the world, relating Libra and shit like that, you know, fall. Fall, baby, because you kind of lost your you know. You cannot get also lost in the social life neither, because if you're gonna get lost in the social life, you'll lose your you to some degree, you know. So you have this little balance that you can look at. So for example, maybe people who play, I know for sure people who play Dota 2, but I'm not sure about people who play League of Legends, because I'm not sure if you have those type of character there. There's like a guy in Dota 2, Morphling his name, and he like his agility or his like mana or something like that, and his power, or like his speed and his power, like you balancing them out, you know, depending on the situation that is happening and shit like that. So here too, so you have to look about the social, because you will not, I think you may go somewhere alone, but you may not go far alone because you're part of this world. Even like you being a rapper, to some degree you have to go out on the stage and talk to people about the stage, like renting a stage, commercial thing, you like advertising, talking to people, getting further, making features, even with the artists, and it's like You see, you have you have your art, you have your skill that you have yourself, and the way you do it, your own unique way of doing it. And then you have the world, where you want to put your piece of your puzzle in that overall picture, you know, and making that shit come true. And then with time, you'll find people. Like the more you'll do your you'll low key, the more kind of people the same as them doing themselves. Okay, then you doing you, but for them will also come low key together because you will be on the same kind of, let's say, passion, motivation to go further. You know, actually doing you, not like, for example, okay, let's get this $100, and as soon as the $100 are gained, the whole team kind of splits away until they will meet again to get more money and shit like that, you know, or some other similar passion. So you have the same low-key feel. So you have a team built on the same kind of balance scale. So okay, aka on the same kind of level, on the same field. So everybody, all the different kind of scales that were unbalanced are now put all together in one line. You know, they are balanced. They all are balanced and shit like that. And about the tea, a little foreshadowing. That's a Katsuki from Naruto and shit like that. Even like I was thinking, even when I saw that picture, I was like, Loki, they have the same thingy where, for example, they all are bastards in their own villages and shit like that. You know, they are banned from their villages. They are on the list of like criminals and shit like that. You know, and that's maybe one of the passions. That's one of the same levels, the same kind of fire that puts them all together. You know, like you can even see they all kind of hate each other low key. Like, for example, different characters hating different characters and shit like that. You know, but they all to some degree still stand together and move on and shit like that. You know, even wear the same jackets, the same organization, but different heroes with different superpowers. You have a person who is into dolls, Sasori. You have the person who is into explosions, Deidara. You have Zetsu. You have Itachi. You have Kisame. People from different villages with different cultures, with different backgrounds, with different skills, with different elements, with different blah 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 blah, but still have the same passion to come together and move towards the same goal, Loki. You know, so even here you have already like the same kind of fire. So you have a fire, different individuals like Aries coming together, Libra, and from that Libra creates another Aries, and from that Aries will create another Libra, and shit like that. You know, so that, yeah, now you can hear the wind. I hope you can still hear me. But in this case, the mutual fire that will go out from the Libra and Akatsuki's case would be them. So you have different individuals, right, coming together, Akatsuki, but they all are one unique name, Akatsuki. There are one unique, this little symbol, this little fire, this little passion that they all go towards, and the name of that shit is Akatsuki, like the fire itself. You know, yeah, but I think that basically it. I don't want to ramble anymore. I think I made my point clear. So you have your you that you I would say I would advise doing, investing into. Then you have the social life, which you also have to pay attention to and balance your shit out. First house, as I said, Aries, yeah, right, fire and all this like cardinal fire. Again, initiative fire, just like sparks, always motivated to do something, always active and shit like that. In all type of levels, like it could be not only physical, it could be emotional, mental, and shit like that, you know. And then you have Libra, cardinal air. So let me not go and fight. Let me just find equal. Let me just communicate, relate in such a way that we will not get to that stage of fighting, but we'll go to that stage, same level of being on the same train of thought. That let's just say, okay, my bad, and let's just go on our ways. Like, you want to go to the club, go to the club. I'll go home. I want to go home, and shit like that, you know. So that will be Libra, or like, or like seven houses, I say, right? relationship, how you relate to people, your friends and shit like that, the way you relate to people, you know, and shit like that. So you can also keep that in your life, maybe, you know, because for example, for me, I have a lot of planets in seventh house, and yeah, I have a lot of friends and shit like that, you know. So that's like one of the ways how you can peep that too. You can see that. So it's like natural to you to even do that stuff. You know, it's like even if you don't want to do it, somehow it still end up being like in one of the common, similar to it energies ways. You know. But yeah, that's it. So have fun with finding your you, developing your you, going based on your you, and having that shit balanced and with the world, and making your dreams come true. As the teamwork makes the dream work team, but you have to be your you too.